Hello, everybody, and welcome to Benchmonster TV.
I'm Ashley Lynn Condre.
And I am the Bench Monster.
Thank you for joining us this evening. As usual, we appreciate it.
How's everybody doing this evening on this June, what is it, 11th?
June 11th.
11th already.
Yes,
Wow, time's flying this year.
Through this month, for sure.
Summer's already here. It's crazy.
Yes, that is.
I want to start off real quick by paying a tribute to individual, probably one of the greatest powerlifters of all time. And tomorrow will be 30 years to the day he passed away. And he was a strength and conditioning coach, I believe, at Georgia Tech University. And one of the greatest powerlifters of all time, Dave Passanella. And I have a little tribute here I wanted to play for him. So I'm going to go ahead and run with that. And then I want to talk about some of his lifts and what he accomplished in the course of powerlifting career. And he was a young man, 26 years old, I believe, when he passed. So
Really? Oh, wow.
University of Georgia strength coach Dave Passanella came to Victoria for two big reasons. First, to try and break his world record squat of 1,022.5 pounds in the 275-pound weight class. Dave thought he was squatting 1,030 pounds. The actual weight? 1,045 pounds. The squat looked good, but a judge ruled it not a good lift. Dave went on to a world record in the deadlift, 850 pounds. His total, 2,360 pounds, 48 pounds off the world record.
And sorry about the audio quality on that. It was hard to find a video of Dave Passanella, and what I found, only we played in mono, and it wasn't very good video quality, but I wanted to showcase that. Did a little research on the guy. I heard a little bit about him back in the day from individuals that went to that school and of Georgia Tech, and he was the director of player development at Georgia Tech. And I think he was a strength coach, in other words, but he passed away on June 12th, 1990, and his biggest squat was 1,032, biggest bench 573, and biggest deadlift 854 with a 2,458 pound total. And I believe he did that at 275 or 308. I mean, that's a tremendous amount of lifts right there. And he was a raw lifter, I believe. I didn't see any gear in any of his lifts. And he was a special breed of powerlifter, man. Definitely one of the strongest men to ever walk the face of the planet. And I wish he was still here, but I want to put him in remembrance because tomorrow will be 30 years to the day. And just wanted to make that how we start off the show a little bit, talk about that, and move on to other things. But rest in peace, Mr. Passanella. You're a very missed individual.
Very impressive, yeah.
And very impressive lifting totals that you created.
So young.
Very young. Yeah,
That's
26
so
years
sad.
old, I believe. Jeez.
Do you know what he passed
He
away?
died of a car accident. He hit a telephone pole or something. So, yes, it's
Heartbreaking.
tragic.
That was very tragic.
But so this week, training wise for everybody around here, I know you had a great training week.
It was pretty good.
Your squats. What did you do squat wise? Because you squat
Today I did 5 sets of 6. Monday I did heavy work. I worked triples and then I put wraps on and worked some singles.
Okay. Yeah, my training.
And I felt pretty good.
Yeah. Did you deadlift?
Heavy deadlift just tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay.
I did a little bit of light deadlifting at the beginning of
I
the
don't
week, but
deadlift.
The real deadlift day is tomorrow.
Right. So, and what's the plan for tomorrow then, deadlift wise?
I'm planning to do 5 sets of 6.
5 sets of 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Chains,
Probably
bands,
about-
straight weight.
Probably straight weight.
Straight weight. Okay.
I did chains last week, I think.
Okay.
So I'll probably do straight weight for sets of 6.
We
The chains get in the way when I try to do like reps. I was like trying to do reps the other day, and they were like kept
'Cause
getting
you put
in my
them in
way,
the
and
middle.
they're falling off. And
Yeah.
yeah, but then when I put them on the sides, the bar lands on them. So I find middle is the best spot.
Right.
But
Find a happy medium.
I know.
Yeah. I videoed my speed bench routine this week, and we will go through that at the end. We're gonna go through some lifter spotlight videos this week, and we'll touch on those first. But I just want to talk about your lifting. My speed bench went pretty good, as it should. Max effort didn't go as well as planned. Actually,
The shirt though.
well, I tried on a bench daddy that my training partner had. It was a little bit bigger than the one I had because the one I have is very small and it's been locking up, and I haven't been able to. It's been handcuffing me forward. It's so small in the chest panel that I can't pinch my shoulder blades together. So I got a bigger shirt, and had a little bit of success, but a little intimidation factor also. I mean, it's a pretty monstrous shirt, and it's exciting, and I can't wait to get back in there and do it again this Tuesday. So looking forward to that. But everything's going well. Feeling okay. Diet's not in check here that much, but I mean, the training's going good. So I don't know when we'll be in phase 2 in our neck of the woods out here and get gyms open again, public gyms anyway. So, but we're still waiting on that. So it's still very boring out this way. So not too impressed with what we're having to deal with here with these COVID phases and everything. It just seems like it's ongoing forever. We're in June. What's July? What's August? Are we gonna be doing this next year? Are we still be wearing masks
We'll
next
probably
year?
still be taking a lot of the precautions. I mean, hopefully we won't be where we're at now.
And
but
I don't,
I'm sure,
and I don't understand the rules because I know I posted a video saying I don't wear masks and gloves, but when you go to Costco here, you have to wear a mask. I had to wear a mask the other day and I was pissed, but you know, I don't know if that's policy. I don't think it's law, but I think it's Costco policy.
Well,
so
and now there's a new rule where
what's the new rule?
I don't know, but something changed, and so now when I volunteer to hand out like lunches at school, we all have to be wearing masks, and we didn't before. Before it was your choice.
Okay.
But now we have to be wearing that. So something. I don't know if it's just like if you're an employee or what.
So you have to wear a mask.
What rule changed? But we now have to, and that was a change because
Okay.
it wasn't like that as of last week. It started this Monday.
I want to know when movie theaters open up, how that's going to work with social distancing. Are you going to go into like?
You'd have to set like probably the same thing where they're like 30 capacity or whatever, and
Yeah,
they
so,
have to block
hey.
off seats.
When I go to the movie theater, you pick your seat, you know, in these fancy movie theaters. And am I going to sit here? Are you going to be able to sit next to me, or you have to sit six
I don't
frickin'
know.
chairs down and 6 back? How's this going to work? Is there going to be one person 6 feet that way, 6 feet that way?
I don't know.
Do you have to wear masks and eat your popcorn through the mask and drink your pop?
Probably well,
like
the
at a
casi-
like at a
like the
casino?
they allow you to pull it down for that,
F
which
that.
means you're
So you're
touching
gonna,
your face more.
So you're going to watch a
it's kind of
movie and you got to
pointless.
pick up your mask to eat your popcorn and then slurp your Diet Coke. And
That's what we did at the casino
hey, yeah, but at least we're winning
a
money.
couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that doesn't
we did.
seem-
We
I
won
don't-
some money. We won a couple $100.
Okay, well, I'm all about public safety and all that, but I just don't like conforming to things
No, I
that
hate
I don't think is necessary. But I don't.
I wear it and then I pull it down. I hate not being able to like smile. Like when I hand
Oh,
out
no.
lunches,
Well,
I work with kids. I'm like,
you can't
have
tell.
yeah, you can't tell when I smile.
Well, and you can't hardly tell
So
what
I
people are
just pull it
saying
down
either. I don't know if you
yeah.
talk to people when they have these masks on.
Oh, I can't stand
it's
trying to have a
it's like they got
conversation.
it's like they got the Pulp Fiction gag ball in their mouth. You know what I'm talking about? You know, yeah. So I like to laugh about it a little bit, but what the hell? But let's go on to some. You want to look at your videos first?
Sure.
Ashley has a squat video, and I'm in it, unfortunately.
Make
and
a cameo appearance.
yeah, I don't know what you're squatting here, but we filmed it the other day, so we're gonna play it. And I think it's I see 3 plates on there. It's more than I can do, and without briefs. So let's play that and see what happens. Here we are. Hey, I got my chucks on at least.
I think it was
340? Good depth. Oh, that hurts my back. Hey, but you do it though.
Yeah, it felt pretty good.
Effortless.
The warm up was rough that day. It
Yeah.
was the day where I tried to.
Hey, you don't got to tell me
Was-
about warm-ups being rough. On max effort bench day, I walked in. And I'm always the first one there because I get there early on any training session. And I started off with 1 plate, and I knew at 1 plate that I was effed for the day. 1 plate felt heavy. That's embarrassing to say. But I thought, well, maybe 2 plates will feel better. Nah, not too bad. 3 plate, and it was one of those days where you just start off and you know you're not 100%, and it's just like, it's like I only get 4 max effort bench workouts a month, so everyone's important. So it irks me when I go in and I found that I've done too much, maybe under eating, I'm not going to say overtraining, but maybe doing too much on speed day, affected 72 hours later, most likely. But I was upset. I remember Nate walked through the door and I go, this felt heavy. And I pointed at 135 and he just laughed. So, but that's how it goes. If you have it, you have it. And you don't, you don't. So, shall we move into some lifter spotlight videos? Because we got quite a few. And I want to get to my bench workout, which will be at the end. It's nothing exciting. It's I think it's an hour 57-minute workout it takes us to do speed bench training. And
crammed it into
I crammed it into like 3 minutes. So I really chopped it down so we don't have to sit and bore you with every rep set and scenario. But Ashley did some Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
She's just somebody that I've known about for a while.
Well, I didn't know who this person was, and I was impressed.
So since we're doing lifter spotlights, I mean, this isn't necessarily a super current. I mean, it was 2019, but
hey,
I'm just picking people that deserve I think people need to see what can be done.
Showcase people's talents, and that's what we like to do.
Instagram or Facebook. I just knew who she was and looked up the video that I liked.
And her name is, what's her name?
Mariana Gasparian.
Gasparian, and she lifted at the Kern because I saw the video and
this is the
U.S.
2019
Open.
Kearns.
Which made me think, I was like, man, where are these meets at? And I see it's Kern U.S. Open, and that's the meet we were supposed to go to in San Diego this April that got canceled. So that seems to be where all these awesome lifters join up and do awesome things, and that's definitely
that would have been really cool to see.
Somewhere I want to go and meet. And I'm not going to lie to you. I want to ask this Mariana Gasparian, give me some squat advice. Give me. What is she doing in training that I'm not? And I'm always trying to get better, and I'll ask anybody. I'll learn from anybody. I'm not ashamed to do that, and that's what makes me a better champion. Is good, always wanting to get better. So we have the little video here of Mariana Gasparian. Should we play it?
Yes.
Okay. Do we talk over this, or do you want to just?
I will.
Okay, we can talk over this. Let's play this thing. And because she's an impressive individual. I don't know how tall she is.
So she's from Kazakhstan. I don't know if that's where she still lives, but that's where she was born. I believe she's 31 years old. And I think anybody that knows this, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe she is still the world record holder in the 132 weight class.
Okay.
At this meet, she hits a 1350 total at 56 kilos. Which is 123 pounds. She secretly, without telling anybody before this meet, she made a cut to 123, which she usually competes in the 132.
Right.
And so she kind of kept it secret till right before the meet, and then she ended up going head-to-head with Steffi Cohen and beat her, I believe, in this performance.
One thing about this lady, she's just built to power lift. I mean, muscle on top of muscle.
So, like I was saying, she hit a 1350 total here at 123, which is a 720 Wilks, which I believe, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's the highest Wilks done by anybody. She squatted 4.6 times her competition body weight, which is insane. She hit an all-time world record squat, bench, and total. I mean, these are numbers that you see from, bigger girls in the 165, 181 weight classes, and it's impressive at that, but to be doing it at 132 and at this particular meet 123 is a whole nother level. I can't even it's amazing. I can't even fathom being able to do this kind of stuff that she's doing here. Her squat, what was it? Her squat ended up being
540, something like that.
540, I believe, which is 540 at 123.
I like how she tucks the elbows and spreads the bar. Awesome. Yeah.
Just beautiful form, solid. None of it even really looks that hard.
No, she leaves a little bit in the tank. Yeah.
I can't even
I call it sandbagging because she had more in her.
If I wish I had half her strength, then I'd be one happy girl.
And a 485 deadlift at the end of the day.
Yeah, this was where Steffi out deadlifted her, but I don't think it was enough because she was already pretty far ahead. And the squat that she hit was actually the record that she hit was, I think, 5 kilos. I think heavier than what the men's record in that weight class was. So that's pretty amazing.
That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, she's
a
just
beast, man.
something else. Yes, very,
I'm
very
impressive.
amazing lifter.
And
yeah.
she's still lifting, I take it? She's not retired by any means or anything, right?
No.
She probably would go to the Kern, I would assume.
I mean, she probably, yeah.
Like, she would look for a meat like that, obviously.
I would imagine, yeah.
A higher end meat. Okay.
So that was very impressive lifting there.
Next up, one of my fan favorites, Tony Carlino. I pulled this off of Facebook, and I was impressed. You know, I'm a bench presser, so when I see outstanding bench press feats, I'd like to compliment them. And this guy's going, I don't know if he's doing a meet in 2 weeks, but he's on point for a 1,000-pound bench. And I just wanted to play this real quick because it's very impressive. I mean, I believe that's a half board, if I'm not mistaken, and perfect form.
That's a lot of red kilos on there.
Elbows in, and then he pushes that up and spread that bar, and
that's solid.
I mean, that guy's on point. I don't know what he's weighing, but it's there, man, and it's not a matter of time. It's like when? Is it 2 weeks? Because it's going, dude.
What meat is he doing?
Yeah, he looks healthy. He looks strong, and you know, I posted a video of him not too long ago with 1,200 board press. I mean, the guy's been overloading and trains like I do, and it's impressive to see. And he's in an overkill shirt, and I see big things coming for the man. And he squats too. I almost posted one of his squat videos the other day. It was 500 for reps. He was cracking those out, and I was like, Jesus, this guy's a tank. And no, just a quite impressive lifter, and wishing him luck if he is competing anytime soon. And go out there and kick some ass, and welcome to the 1,000-pound bench club when you get there. So yeah, that's awesome.
Very cool, very impressive.
Next
nice
in line, Julius Maddox. You know, big fan of him, and he's going for 800 pretty soon. This is from a week or two ago. You know, he missed the lift, but the fact he got under it and he's toying with it and he's damn near close, it just made me want to post it and brag about it a little bit. I'm sure everybody's seen this, but you know, the guy's a beast, and he's just strength upon strength there, and damn near makes his 790 go up like nothing, and it's gonna be there, buddy.
It looks like it. I mean.
Oh yeah, speed off the chest, just a little bit at the top. You know, might be one of those days, you know, where it's just not there. But my God, I've seen him put 770, and there's no doubt in my mind 800 is going to be a smoke show, and it remains to be seen on whether he takes it further from there or he caps it there. I mean he's the only guy on the planet right now that's at that realm, and he's the man. I wish him all the luck, and I wish you know, he stays injury free and trains smart and goes out there and kills it. And I never thought in my lifetime I would see so many 700-pound raw bench presses, let alone an 800-pound raw. I mean, when I'm in the gym and I put on my bench shirt and I'm at 700 or 770 or even 800, I'm like, guys do this raw, and I'm already in a shirt. So I don't get too excited about, you know, doing a bench press 800 in a shirt anymore because, you know, a man's doing that raw. So it's very impressive. So, but what else do we have? Oh, we want to move into some speed bench video. This is what I put this little video together. It was our speed bench workout the other day. I chopped it down a little bit. I believe the speed weights that we're using, Nate uses I think 185 plus 75 pounds in double minis and plus 50 in chain, and he does 8 sets of 8. I do 230 bar weight, and same thing, 75 of band tension, 50 pounds of chain. And it's basically 40% of our 1 rep max. And I was supposed to do 8 sets of 8, but I opted to do 8 sets of 6, and he did the 8 sets of 8. And these reps and sets and assistance exercises we do are all done back to back very fast. There's no rest periods. I mean, we used to take 1 minute, then it was 30 seconds. Now we're just at the point where we just rotate them back and back, and never giving the muscle recruitment fibers the ability to recuperate, recover, and use the same muscle fibers again. So we're having to actually wake up dormant ones to finish the workload, and it's tough, man. It's cardiovascular, it's GPP, all tied in one. So let's watch that real quick. We'll do a little talk over too. Oh, buffering, huh? Yeah. So basically, here we're speed benching, obviously, and nothing too exciting. We're warming up, obviously. Some of the grips utilized here are close grip. I'm using a moderate wide. Nate uses a close grip, I believe. And I know we're going to receive some flack for not fully locking out the barbell, but these can be done either way. I mean, what we're focusing on is speed and explosive power off the chest. And yes, we can, obviously lock them out all the way and make this prettier. I didn't realize it until I watched the video that we weren't really fully locking out all the way. But notice the barbell is not bouncing off the chest. It's controlled, almost caught. Yeah, my butt comes up a little bit there. Not happy, but that was only one set that you saw. We did eight of those back to back. Then we moved into some dumbbells. And these are 100-pound dumbbells, and usually we do a couple sets of 15 reps, and I think they're same thing, back to back. I didn't film all the sets here, of course. And then we find some tricep assistance movements to do. And here we are doing a extension behind the head into a rack. And we got the 75-pound bands on there. And I think we did 8 sets of 8 here, back to back, high volume on this day. And these are tough. I mean, don't knock them till you try them. And try them back to back. It's tough. Very important here also to squeeze that barbell. Don't let it just sit in your hands. Make a fist like you're trying to destroy that thing. That's what activates triceps, is squeezing that bar very, very tight. Then we moved into, so what are we doing here? It's kind of a tape press here. And we decided to put a monster mini band around our back, add a little fun to it. And I believe we only did 4 sets of 8 or 10 here. I don't remember. But these assistance exercises are made up on the spot. We don't know what we're doing until we get to the gym. And notice I'm sweating because the rest periods do that. Doesn't look very pretty when I do it, but believe me, they work. Then we moved into some overhead press. This is nearing the end of the workout. And then we always finish with high repetition band pushdowns or pushdowns with a band around the neck or something, and we usually do 3 sets till failure to finish off the triceps. And we only did 3 working sets here. I think 1 with a plate, and then we did 2 with 185 here. And I believe that's a squat bar, which is a 55-pound bar. And that concluded that workout. It was short. It was nothing, too exciting, but, c'est la vie. And max effort day, I was going to incorporate some videos for us on that, but it wasn't too impressive, to be honest. And, yeah, we did some cool assistance exercise stuff, but the max effort movement is most important. And it didn't fare too well. I mean, it'll get better, but once I have something that's worth showing and, I want to put stuff out there that's fun to see, not something that's, every day of the week stuff. So, when I master this shirt and start moving some tremendous amount of weight in it, we'll get that on video also. So, but that was basically the gist of my training. I wish I had more to show you, obviously, and I don't. But that's the whole point of
next week.
Yeah, taking the tomorrow's speed bench day also, and I don't know what we're doing. I think we're doing 8 sets of 8 or 10 sets of 10, so it'll be a high volume day again. I definitely will film that and see what type of theatrics we can come up with assistant wise when we're done. So. It's always fun. Training, you got to make training fun. Doesn't have to be super complicated, but you got to kind of have a game plan and a scientific approach to what you're doing to obviously get stronger and not plateau and make forward progress instead of sitting in a rowboat with one oar. You're going in circles, climbing a Vaseline rope. You know what I'm saying? You're not going nowhere, and you want to make sure you're moving forward in life. So, but yeah, c'est la vie. We got to go over some questions here. One question that Todd Beecraft sent us was
I want to read it.
You're going to read it, but it was sent. It was in a post a while ago this week, and it was an interesting question, and it was like one that we say for this broadcast, and it'll have me rambling for a minute, and I think Ashley can speak on this too because I've been lifting for 28 years now, and I have many different gyms. But go ahead and ask the question, and we're gonna have to break it down for me because there's like 3 questions within this paragraph, right?
Yes.
Okay.
How would your training and success have been if you would have had only corporate gyms to train in versus some of the great privately owned gyms you've had access to over the years? Looking back, which gyms that you have trained at in the past have you been most...
Oh, sorry. Keep reading.
You don't want to fight? I got John Cena here. We can have John Cena and Mark Henry go head-to-head right now.
I'm voting for Cena. Okay, continue. Yeah.
This is John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena's really ripped. I don't know.
I know. Look at his back muscles. They've got it down to a T.
I don't know if anybody can see this, but this guy is this action figure. I don't know what he's doing. It's not chicken and rice, but it's a physique unlike anything I've ever seen. And this is another physique that I don't want to see, but this is quite impressive. I mean, he's got like a 12-pack there, and
and then look at the back.
He's like
you can see
he's like
every muscle.
He's like minus 2% body fat. Yeah, good for him.
It's very impressive, and it's. I mean, he kind of looks like that.
Boy, that's shredded.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know how I always ask. I don't know how he maintains his physique 300 years on the road doing the WWE. I mean, I don't know. Hey, more power to him. I got nothing. I'm not gonna say too much about that. Question.
Can I stay on track here?
It's hard to do here.
More toys.
No more toys.
Where was I?
I don't know.
God. Okay. Do you want me to start over?
Start over. Sorry. I effed that up.
You really did.
Let's retake that.
Okay.
Cut.
Take two.
Go.
How would your training and success have been if you would have only had corporate gyms to train in versus some of the great privately owned gyms you've had access to over the years? Looking back, which gyms that you have trained at in the past have you been most grateful for? Okay, that's the end of the question. This would be fun to hear about.
Okay, so I started out in a family fitness center. And that went. I thought that was I thought that that was going to take me somewhere. 1997, a Gold's Gym opened, and I think it was a privately owned Gold's Gym. It wasn't a corporate. It wasn't a franchise. I think it was private.
509 one.
Yeah. It was original Gold's Gym, and it was a private owner.
Like Gold's was supposed to be.
It was how Gold's was supposed to be. It was the real deal. So I went over there, and I was like, okay, I'm at Gold's Gym, but I'm 198 pounds and benching 400. So. I didn't know how far I was going to excel, and that gym shut down and changed its name to LifeQuest. And it was still the same gym, basically, which it didn't have the most perfect bench presses. They were low to the ground. The bars were rated at 500 pounds, and they start flying away on you. And they didn't have 100-pound plates there. They only had 45s. So what we did, and I don't think I would have gone that far, but what gyms I'm most thankful for would be LifeQuest, and then it changed its name again to StarFit, and it was only because the management there was dating my handoff guy, and she let us basically run the show on heavy bench days, which was Sunday, and we were able to bring in our own music, our own 100-pound plates, and eventually own our own bar, Forza Bench.
You guys bought a bench.
Forza Bench, and Sunday, in that gym, LifeQuest StarFit, and that was the era of 99 to 2008. Yeah, it changed names, but the management stayed the same. And Sunday at 11 o'clock was the bench day there. And when we showed up, if you were on our Forza bench, or I think we had two of them, or
There was one Forza, and then there was a red one that was pretty decent, but it wasn't actually a Forza. I don't know.
You were told
that was the one I used.
Yeah, Sunday 11 o'clock. You normal people were not allowed to bench on that. And I made damn sure of that because I was the first one to show up. And I had to drive an hour and 20 minutes to get there on Sunday. So I always showed up 30 minutes early. And I would make sure that I was just getting my mind right to go in there and get crazy. So basically, I thank that gym. And then Rab Fitness, Rab Fitness opened up. And when the gym turned from LifeQuest to StarFit, and then it turned into this place called 509, which really was hell on wheels and went downhill. Yeah, and it went out of business. Downhill. And so then we were gymless, so we had to go to
Universe.
We went to a place,
which was a really good gym, also.
Universe Gym, and moved the crew down there. And
a nice feel.
Yeah, it was rustic and it was fun, but it was short-lived also. It fell apart. So then we ended up going.
But it was another place where we had our own equipment. We had full run of the place. Sundays was our day. And we just had a lot of freedom, which was really helpful that you wouldn't have in a corporate gym.
I forgot about that. Yeah, and then we moved to Rab Fitness and Roger Baker, and
he had, I mean,
and he had everything.
Like each time we'd go to the gym, like the first couple weeks that we were there, I couldn't get over it. Like anything you could possibly want was that you'd find it there, like somewhere. I would just like, it blew my mind how he just had everything you could possibly need. Every kind of bar.
Yeah, and he was putting on UPA meets there at the time, and then he turned to USPA sanctioned meets there. But he had competition bars, kilo plates, the best benches. So that was another.
He had like two or three floors.
Oh yeah.
A monolift, a couple jack racks.
Right.
So if you're going to compete in a federation that had a monolift, you're good. If you were going to do the USPA where it had to be jack racks, you're good. I mean, you just had everything you needed there.
Yeah,
so I'm Chains, thankful. He had every kind of band. He had all sorts of. I mean, he just had all sorts of equipment for everybody to use.
That's true.
Awesome.
And now the next level we're at a place called PAC, Power Athletic Compound, and they have everything you need there also. So and it's so thankful for all these.
Been so blessed
to have these
amazing
areas to do what we do. Now, rewind. If I was stuck at a Family Fitness, Planet Fitness, 24-hour fitness joke gym with a bunch of
regular people,
normal people, I would not be where I'm at today. I would not be a power lifter. I would be a bodybuilder. She asked me this question earlier today, and I said if there was only the ability to put 500 pounds on the bar and then have it fly away and whip on you because it's not PSI rated, yada yada yada, I probably would be a bodybuilder and just focus on high reps, pumps, and carb depletion and looking pretty. But I wanted to be big and ugly and strong, so that's what I turned out to be.
It worked.
That was a cool question because it really made me take a trip down memory lane and figure out where I trained and what gyms I was most thankful for along the way that helped me continue my success. And the gyms we're at now, they're still helping me do that. And I have a crew, not a very big crew. I mean, we need new people. Obviously, we're always looking for new blood. But the people that we have push me, and I push them, and we talk shit to each other. And that's how we function. We're a dysfunctional lifting family, but it works, and it makes us strong. So I don't want to leave anybody out on the questions over here. So what's that? No, not that one. Let's go over here and answer some questions here. Can you read those?
Did we answer all of those?
I think we answered all that for Todd Beecraft.
Yeah. Okay, those.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So Jim, at the top. He was the first question. Before I even started, he posted a question. Jim.
Ryan, how do you get massive forearms and biceps?
Forearms and biceps. Tiny Meeker, Julius Maddox, all the great heavy bench pressers have big forearms. And I really don't think it comes from training forearms specifically. For me, it does. I train forearms. I like apparatuses that I squeeze. I mean, I train forearms today. I mean, wrist curls, a whole bunch of things that just increase forearm strength. But heavy benching will do that. As far as biceps, I train biceps like a bodybuilder. I have a bicep day where I
he has a day specifically
for biceps. Nobody knows this. I come in and I train the arms. I got to have those, and I just because it's that when I first started, I wanted the biggest bench press and the biggest arms. And like I've said over and over again, Hulk Hogan had 24-inch biceps, 24-inch pythons. And I never got them up that high, 22 3/4. I topped out there. Probably coulda, woulda, coulda, shoulda, took them further. But now I think they're sitting at 21 or something right now, and I'm happy with that. But you got to train them like a bodybuilder. And I'll do high repetitions, short rest periods 1 week. And the next week I'll do heavy eccentrics where everything I could come up with, I come down slow. Because that's supposed to, create the most muscular soreness and most muscular growth is heavy eccentric. So, and then I have a day where I just do heavy weights and I do them at a high volume too. So always switching it up, keeping the muscle shocked. That's kind of how you build them. And same with forearms. If you want big forearms, you kind of got to train them and bench heavy. So.
Michael Miner, I think, is trying to say hi, guys. Hi,
Michael Miner, how you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. Ryan, I've heard of different benchers using different shirt types, denim versus poly. Based on their style, how does one typically decide?
Wow, denim versus poly. Well, denim is kind of archaic at this point. It played out in the 2000s. Denim, like jean material. It doesn't have much stretch. It's a compression shirt. The poly, the poly is a big word because there's all kinds of polyester shirts out there. Some that don't stretch. The polyester shirt that the Phenom once was in 2007 and 2013, that polyester was the best shirt on the market. It was like a rubber band. The material actually went this way and it came back this way. It had so much memory in it. And how does one typically decide? Well, you got to find out what works for you. I've been through the whole grommet here. I started with a blast shirt. I went to a double poly. I went to denim. I went to, where'd I go next? Rage X. Then to the Phenom, of course. So you kind of gotta, I hate to say it, but sometimes you need to have a few of them and try them out and see which works best for you and your body composition. If you're a heavier set person and have a softer tissue, the compression shirt, it just depends on a whole bunch of factors. But it's you basically got to get one, try it on, and say, hey, I like this one, or I like that one. But I would, if you're talking about denim and poly, I say poly, if anything. Denim. We're past denim. It's polyester at this point. Newman TV.
Man, let me tell you what's crazy. In the later part of 2000s, I believe I got to side spot you at the Arnold,
No
and
way.
I was starstruck.
That is cool.
Nice.
I wonder what year that was. 'Cause I was out there 2002, 3, 4, 5, and what? 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7? Yeah. It ended in 2007, so... I hope I didn't get any blood on you, Newman TV, because when I got off the bench a couple times, I did the dog shake like this to get that blood out of my eyes. And I think it happened a couple times out there. But that's super cool, dude. Orange Blitz.
So gyms in Washington can't open, but it's okay to take over a neighborhood.
That's correct, Orange Blitz.
Don't get us started on that.
Yeah, they do that in Seattle, where they're anti-gun people, and
yeah, but aren't they armed, right? Like, aren't they taking over that part?
They took over 6-block area in Seattle, and they are armed, and nobody's doing anything about it. Trump's kind of saying he's going to bring in the military. I don't know what's going on. It's hell on earth, man.
Right now.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I can't go to a gym, but you can take over neighborhoods and tote guns and do things like that. It's different times.
Very different.
Yeah, hopefully they take care of that out there. I know a couple guys at the gyms, ex-military. We talked to them today, and they're ready to take their AR-15s and go up and take care of it too. So you got a bunch of.
And I'm guessing they're not the only one.
He's not the only one. No, I heard some ex-Navy SEALs were coming in and going to help out. So who knows? It's like Red Dawn shit.
Crazy, man.
I'm not talking about the new Red Dawn movie. I'm talking the 1984 Red Dawn movie. It's crazy out there, dude.
It is.
So,
very.
Mike
so
Miner.
Mike is letting us know. So we were talking about
The masks.
the mask
Yeah.
rule. He's saying they're heavily suggested to wear, but not a law.
Yeah,
So-
policy. Policy and law are two different things. So if Costco
Right.
has a policy, in fact, we were at Costco the other day.
We saw a guy throw a tantrum at
And
the employee.
I caught him in my crosshairs right when we walked in. He walked in like a bat out of hell, and he grabbed his cart and rammed right through the little people that you're supposed to show your card to. And that guy working at the door took off after him. So I knew there was going to be some action here. And he got down there, and the guy was running away from him. And I caught up to the Costco attendant, and I said, "Oh, so you don't have to wear masks in here?" And he's like, "Oh, well, we want you to. We recommend that you do." Well, what did he say to you? And he goes, "He was dropping F-bombs on me." So we saw a little drama in Costco.
I wanted to follow him and see how it played out. If they were going to hunt him down and make him leave.
Well, they were on the
or
radio.
If they were on the radio.
Was he
so
allowed
I don't
to
think
check out?
I don't think he was allowed to check out.
Or was he told?
But he disappeared. He went so fast.
Disappeared.
I was trying to
Couldn't-
watch. He had a red hat on, and so I was trying to watch.
Well, he's easy to find because he doesn't have a mask on. He looks like a normal
Yeah,
shopper.
but we never saw him again.
Never
he
saw
had a
him.
big red hat on, so we should.
Then again, do I wanna-
They might have got him in.
I don't want to be in Costco any longer than I have to, so I'm zigzagging trying to get the F out of there. So,
No.
John Smith, right here.
Heard anything from Joe Ladnier? Also, whatever happened to that guy that spotted him at the Arnold in your video? He was a beast.
Ladnier had surgery of some type recently. I don't know what, I forget. I should know, but I don't. I think he's doing well. In my video, I don't know who's handing off to him. I'm assuming it's the Road to the Arnold video. No? Video. I don't know. But I'm curious to see who that was.
Sure.
Whoever this beast was. But Ladnier's a good guy, man. He's old school. And, man, I've sat down and talked to him a while back. And some of the stories of where he lifted and things he's done and places he's been. And, I mean, that guy's a beast. And And I hope he's doing well. So, what's next? Christian.
Huge fan and great channel. Question on dumbbell rollbacks for triceps.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to ask, what are the heaviest dumbbells you have used while still keeping good reps, sets, and short rest periods?
110-pound dumbbells.
For triceps?
Yeah, rolling dumbbells like this. I did 110 pounds.
Really?
Yeah, at pack.
110?
At pack.
Rolling dumbbells.
I only did 2 sets, and basically what happened is I didn't start with those. When we do rolling dumbbells, you know, we don't count the first few sets, the warm-ups. Like when you grab 60s and do this, you don't count those as a work set. Your work sets start up much higher. So we warm up 60s, 70s, 80s, and then about 80s we start our work sets, and then 90s, and I'll go up. And as long as I'm getting 8 to 10 reps, and on that day, I think I was feeling pretty poppy and pretty strong. And it wasn't too long ago. This was like in January, and back when things were somewhat normal in life. And I grabbed the shit was just rolling, and I grabbed the 110s. A buddy of mine named Tim Smith, great workout partner. Have to do a special episode on him. Long story short with Tim is he had a 520 bench, and I took him under my wing and showed him my techniques and speed bench and whatnot. He ended up doing 600 pounds at 275 raw. But he was one in the gym that outshowed me one time. He grabbed the 100s, 110s, and he was doing rolling dumbbells with them. And I'll never forget it, the day he picked those up, because I did 90s. That son of a bitch grabbed the 100s, 110s, and he was rolling those out. I mean, and that was the first time. I've never gone that heavy. So, of course, I had to do it, and I don't think I fared too well. He rolled them like it was everyday business, and he was a strong kid. But it's always, like I said, 110s. I definitely... If everything's in line, I like to try the 120s sometime, and we'll video that also. So we'll definitely do that. I wish I could tell you more, Chris, but 110 dumbbells is I think
rolling dumbbells.
It's not bad.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So
I think.
Navi P.
You recommended dynamic bench once or twice a week?
That's once a week, and usually it's done on Friday for us right now, and that is our dynamic speed day, and then of course we max effort on Tuesday evening. So once a week. But triceps I train 3 times a week. Usually on the days, specifically after the day after speed bench is a good time to do an extra tricep routine, because being the triceps a small muscle group, they recuperate a lot faster than major muscle groups. So you can train them often, kind of like calves and forearms. Don't be ashamed to train those instead of standing around and taking rest periods doing whatever you're doing. Go over and do a set of wrist curls, or go over and do a set of it's just try to optimize your training. But speed benching once a week.
Hey Ryan, whatever happened to Sean Catterley?
Catterley, don't know. Last I heard, what was he doing? Putting on a meet at the Emerald Cup.
Oh, did he?
A raw, back many years ago, he had the venue out there, and he was doing a raw meet, and he was all about raw lifting. He didn't like shirts, and he was he was a thorn in Inzer's side, obviously, and because he was a raw guy and Inzer's a shirty guy, so they had some heated internet arguments, or back when people used to argue on powerlifting forums and do that shit and talk tough behind keyboards. So other than that,
do it on Facebook and
Instagram, yeah. So, but haven't heard from Catterley in a long time. Somebody said he had some health issues a while back. Hope he's doing well, and you don't hear that name quite often. So. Todd B. Craft.
Thanks for the idea. That was a really good topic. He says he loves the old gym stories.
Oh, I got a lot of old gym stories.
Yes, we can bring some more of those out another time. But thank you for the idea. That was a great topic.
Abner Nazario.
Any other sports you guys follow?
Sports. As far as
UFC a little bit.
UFC, big UFC fan since '93. Definitely UFC. I watch NBA basketball, but only around May when the finals start. Big NFL football fan, but I like to pick it up at week 11, and then I start finding my favorite team and going from there. College basketball is always fun. I mean, love sports in general, and been depleted of it the last 4 months. She's a gymnastics person, obviously, but strongman too. I mean, strongman stuff. Yeah. A lot of the old school strongman, Kazmaier days. some of the carrying refrigerators and bending rebar over their head, and some of the things that they did. I mean, the new strongman stuff's cool too, but I like that old school strongman, the old back in the day.
WWE.
WWE.
Not as much anymore.
No.
But we used to follow them.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
back in
I
the
don't know if that counts as a sport.
back in the Attitude Era. I mean, with Austin and The Rock and Degeneration X. I mean,
Yeah, but we were
Road
following
Dogg.
it still in like 2010. And we were
Yeah,
getting
but-
every pay-per-view.
Well, they can only bring Shawn Michaels back so many times, and The
know.
Undertaker. Those guys are getting old, man. So you got all this new talent in there, and I just can't
Yeah.
keep up with the names. But it's still fun to watch, and some of the storylines and how they're operating is kind of cool. It's a crazy industry, that WWE
is.
fan. Yeah.
It really is. I wonder like how they're doing right now with all this, because they're still doing their shows just with
Well, they're
no
doing like
audience.
the UFC. You know, they don't have an audience, so it's
So I wonder how
really
that's,
weird.
if their ratings are, you know.
I'm sure they're hurting. I mean, pay-per-views is probably their
It's-
only
yeah.
net income. So, John Smith, Andy Fiedler. Well, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Last time I saw him was 2006 Mendelson Classic. Scott Mendelson was coaching him, and he was there. That kid was strong. Had all the talent in the world. I don't know. I don't know much about him, but I mean, the guy could throw up 600 raw like every day. I think he was an 800 plus bencher. I don't know what happened to him. I know Mara Shuttleworth. She's on the Facebook a lot.
Yeah,
She's
forgot
from
about
the
her.
God, I want to say Minnesota. I don't know where he's from, but Andy Fiedler, awesome dude. Down to earth. I mean, I think we had a beer with him, BJ Dirk and I, and he was a cool cat, and he was muscle on top of muscle, man. I mean, he was a little bulldog. I mean, he was every bit of 5'8" and total Mendelson clone. I mean, if you stuck the guys side by side, they could be brothers. I mean, they were built the same. I mean, just chiseled out of raw steel. And I just wish he was around a little bit longer. I don't know. You know, people fade out. You know, people come into the powerlifting world, bench press world, and then we see them, and then we don't hear from them again. So it's the, there's only a certain breed of people that have longevity in the sport. But life has other things to offer too. I mean, powerlifting doesn't pay the bills by any means, but I just enjoy it. Keeps me out of trouble, I guess. Oh.
All right.
Jay Kong.
You still in Washington State?
Still in
Yes,
Washington State.
sir.
Yeah, I lived in Florida for a while. Lived in Dallas, Texas in '99 for a while. Can't get used to that weather down there. A little humid, and it's a different. I'm Four Seasons guy, so. But I've jumped off the ship here and moved to other places, and that was always fun. And I seriously do. One day I'm here, and then tomorrow I say I'm leaving. It's like it's planned in a heartbeat. That's how I operate.
How heavy did you do legs, and how?
How heavy did I do legs? When I had a good back, I would do on an off day I would do 500 with knee wraps for 3 sets of 8, and that's all I cared about. And when I was geared up and I was going to a meet, I would go up to 585 for 5 reps with knee wraps. And one time in a Gold's Gym in Florida, I did 728 raw. Only because it was a Gold's Gym and the whole gym stopped when I had the plates on there, which motivated me, and I was like showing off a little bit. And that was one of my biggest squats of all time. But I trained it, and 500 was just a commonplace that I like to squat with knee wraps. I thought that was suitable. But I even threw on a canvas squat suit one time and thought I was going to be a 3-lift lifter, but yeah, I just didn't care. I always built my legs up. I was a soccer player, so I had quads from the get-go. So, but nowadays, man, I don't have 500 pounds on my back, to be honest with you. I'm trying, but anything that pisses off the L5S1, I don't do. So anytime I get a red flag, I mean, living in pain is no fun, and I'm not about ready to let them cut my back open. So I prefer to do what I can do and not piss off my body, especially lower back. What do you got?
Heard anything from Brian Siders? You spanked his ass at Mendy's meet.
Brian Siders, the criminal psychologist in a prison back in West Virginia, I believe. Haven't heard anything. That guy was a beast. It was tough. I mean, he had more speed and power off the chest than I did at that meet, but he just couldn't lock it out. And I'm a lockout king. I pride myself on a lockout. And that guy's an animal. There's a funny story I could tell, but I don't think anybody would find it funny. But I remember the underwear story.
When I hear that name, I just picture.
We were camped up at a hotel, and I think this was monsoon season in Pasadena because it rained. Like the swimming pool where we were at flooded. It just rained all the time, and so he was in the room next to us, and Paul Roch, myself, and BJ Dirk were in that room, and Paul Roch at the meet basically he was wearing some tighty whities, and we got back to the hotel, and I don't know why. But he took them off and put them on Brian Sider's door handle next door to us. And I am not making this shit up, man. Brian Sider showed up, and when he showed up, he grabbed the underwear and came over, and there was a brown streak in those whitey tighties. That I'm not lying. I saw it. And Brian Siders took those underwear, put them in his mouth, and went like this. I think the guy had a screw loose, but super nice dude. I mean, strong as shit. Crazy strong. After that bench meet, he went into a gym and did 550 on the incline for 5 reps. Like he just went and worked out. Wow. The guy was a beast, man. Super nice cat, and I wish I could run into him again. Real soft-spoken guy. He never didn't say much, but he just a talented individual. But that was a funny story I want to tell. Hope it didn't gross anybody out, but it's a true story. Yeah. Ciders.
So just one comment and then one question left.
Okay.
So the comment is, "Hey brother, gyms will be officially open here in San Diego, California tomorrow, Friday. Whoa. Come on down."
San Diego, hell yeah.
And then your last question is, what do you think about tricep band extensions every day for elbow health with like light tension?
Absolutely. Mini band. Drape it over a bar, grab both ends, and do push down. I do them violently. I do them very fast to stimulate the soft tissue in the elbow. And it'll. You can also do them heavy and use a light band. Hang it over a door in your house and do push downs with them. Every day, maybe every other day. But if you got some inflammation issues right here, then definitely do the high repetition band push downs with the mini band. I do those, and it tends to help. So.
I think you and Mike
Sell
Sell were most popular lifters in the early 2000s. Your bench, his squat were crazy.
Mike Sell. Why does that name ring a bell?
Well, because apparently you know him, but that name doesn't ring a bell to me.
Mike Sell, probably.
Oh, that's what I was
Brent
wondering if it was supposed to say. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, so that should be a one word. Okay, I wondered.
Yeah, you're right, Jay Con. Mike Sell was a bad man. I mean, he squatted 1,200. He was a beast, and he was inspiring. I used to drive up to Spokane and train at his gym when he was up there with his crew, and I learned a lot. And they were trying to get me in a canvas squat suit. This was 2006, and it almost did it. I almost because I did mini meets with Brent, and we shared the platform many times. And he's a super nice guy, and ran into him at the USA PL meet in Spokane?
It was the USA Nationals in Spokane.
Right. Ran into him there.
2008.
2 years
19,
ago?
18.
It was not too long ago. He looked good. I mean, he's down in body weight too. We get older, and we need to get a little healthier. We can't walk around at 360, 340 at our age. It's not healthy. So we got to trim it down at some point. Okay.
Ashley, do you stay chiseled all year round, or do you have a bulking phase?
You're chiseled year round.
Kind of. I'm trying to gain weight right now, and I've gained a few pounds. I'm a heavier weight right now.
She wants to move up in body weight because weight moves weight, so she needs to put on quality body weight to start moving some quality weight.
I used to weigh a little, like 10 pounds more, and I could move quite a bit more weight, especially on the bench press. So I'm hoping if I can gain like 5 to 10 pounds and kind of gain some strength, I'm hoping to kind of get my numbers up.
But you're very lean.
That weight moves weight theory. Yeah. I've been eating so much.
Yeah, you got a high metabolism or something because I don't know where you eat. It just burns off, and like you got like a 7-pack going on here. I don't know. So, yeah, Todd.
Any chance to see a company sponsor this show and get some Benchmonster TV T-shirts made? I
never thought about that. I still need to get off my ass and make a Benchmonster shirt. I mean, Tiny Meeker has his own shirt. I'm just not an artiste by any means, so I need like a graphical designer to do some type of tap-out looking lettering or something. I need to get a Benchmonster shirt. As far as a company sponsor, I don't think I'm going to be that big yet. I don't know. Who knows? They never say never. That'd be kind of cool, but we'll see. Only time will tell. But a Benchmonster TV shirt, that's kind of cool.
That's cool.
I need a logo. That's what I need. Okay, things to do.
I still like John Smith's question. His is my favorite.
Yeah. Well.
Thank you, John Smith. I like your question. Let's see.
Oh,
We got a couple more that came in here. Love this podcast and just saw you are on. I started out with Josh Bryant back in the day.
Oh, cool.
Have seen that they are having benching on ESPN next Saturday. Josh will be with Julius.
Okay, so ESPN next Saturday, is that where Julius is going to do his 800-pound lift? Or please inform me on that one. I don't know anything about that. Sounds interesting. I don't know.
Well, is that what Dave Hoff was? Because he was.
No, Dave Hoff's talking about the WPO in October.
Well, I know. Is there another event on ESPN?
I don't know.
I mean,
Paul, you gotta let us know about this.
Because the one Dave Hoff
ESPN.
was talking about was the only one I've heard of being on.
Yeah, Dave Hoff's talking about the WPO in
WPO.
October in Chicago, and we talked about that. But I don't know. I know Julius is supposed to be going for a bench in June. I don't know where. I haven't seen nothing yet. Core Sports Instagram site has it. Okay, thank you,
to
Paul.
we'll check that out.
We'll be checking that out.
Definitely.
Hey, Jay Kong has one more.
Last question.
Last question. Oh God, we don't want to end on this question. Do we?
I mean, it's pretty appropriate for current affairs. Is everyone in Seattle going nuts, or is the media hyping it up? I guess that's a really good question. Probably a little of both. Don't you think? They're going a little bit nuts, but the media is probably blowing it out of proportion.
Yeah. Well, and the media is good at that. Media is good at.
They are. I mean, they've done it. I mean.
Yeah. So I haven't been staying on top of it. I just know that there's not much being done, and there's a show of force by these terrorists that have occupied the 6-block radius, but they're being funded by a different part of the town where they're actually bringing in food and supplies to fund them. So we got terrorists here taking over city block, and we got people funding them. So you got two guilty parties. So this will be interesting to see how this turns out. But if action isn't taken quickly, people are going to look at this and say, like, nothing's being done. We can do that here too. Maybe in San Diego they start taking off your square blocks, or F that shit. I mean, yeah, it's just, where's this going? It's crazy. Okay, so Paul L says June 20th at 9 a.m. Ooh, I'm gonna check into that one. Yeah, we'll have to have that's exciting. And it's on ESPN. I have to go check that out.
Yeah, I didn't know. I'm the only
Core
one I
Sports
heard
Instagram.
Of. That's cool.
I didn't see it on Facebook, so yeah.
That's good that powerlifting's getting on ESPN.
Should showcase your arsenal next week. LOL. Hell yeah, John Smith. Yeah. A small militia could walk away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't play in Washington State. Yeah, from Burns, Oregon to the 3%ers in Idaho, man. Yeah, this is you know us out here. So I don't know where John Smith is from. It's called The Beasts of the Bench. Jesus, I got to watch that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that info, Paul, because I appreciate that. Definitely want to tune in for that. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
June 20th.
June 20th. What is that?
A little over a week.
Week? Oh shit! Big shit's gonna go
down.
On
a weekend, I would
Is
assume.
it a Saturday? I assume.
I'm gonna figure that.
We're checking that out real quick. Sorry, the 20th. Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh,
That's what I figured.
Awesome. Something to look forward to.
Very cool.
Well, everybody, it's been an hour, and
sorry that we rambled on a little bit. Our goal was to make them 30 minutes.
30 to 40 minutes, but leave it to me to ramble, and
we want to answer questions.
Yeah, I don't want to leave anybody hanging. So, North Carolina, John Smith, awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Very
down
cool.
by Florida down there.
Nice.
Cool. Raleigh, North Carolina. I drove through there. Georgia, Atlanta. Wow. Need to come visit. You got good food down there, John Smith? Yeah. Hell yeah. Miss it, kind of. Yeah. Anyway, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll be back next Thursday.
Much. We always appreciate you guys tuning in.
Yeah, and we
look forward to next week.
We will do this again. God bless everybody. Stay safe out there in the crazy
and
world.
A good week.